Once upon a time in Italy, in a small town called Urbino, a boy was born who would one day change the world of motorcycle racing forever. No one knew it yet, but that little boy would soon become the most famous motorcycle racer on Earth. His name was Valentino Rossi. From the very start, Rossi loved engines, speed, and noise. His dad Graziano Rossi was also a motorcycle racer, so little Valentino grew up around bikes. When most kids were playing with toys, Rossi was already riding mini bikes and smiling inside his helmet. He didn't just dream of being fast, he dreamed of being the best. Rossi began racing on small tracks where he learned to handle bikes with amazing control. He wasn't just fast, he was smart. He could read every corner, every turn, like he was reading a storybook. When he entered bigger races, people started to notice. In 1996, Rossi joined the 125cc World Championship. He was only a teenager, but he rode with confidence and courage far beyond his years. Guess what happened next? He won his first World Championship in 1997. It wasn't just about speed, it was about fun. Rossi celebrated every win with big smiles, funny dances, and jokes. People loved watching him, not only because he was fast, but because he made racing feel alive and joyful. After winning the 125cc title, Rossi didn't stop. He moved up to 250 cubic centimeters, and once again, he ruled. In 1999, he became the 250cc world champion, showing the world that he wasn't just lucky, he was a genius on two wheels. Then came the big step, the 500cc class, which was like the king class of motorcycle racing back then. This was where legends like Mick Doohan had raced. People wondered, could this young Italian really fight with the best riders in the world? Oh yes he could, and not just fight, he could win. In 2001, Rossi became the 500cc world champion, proving that a new era had begun. When MotoGP replaced the 500cc class in 2002, Rossi became the star of the new age. He joined Honda, one of the strongest teams in racing. Rossi's skill, control, and bravery amazed everyone. He could overtake riders from impossible angles. He would lean his bike so far into corners that it looked like he might fall, but he never did. Fans started calling him the Doctor. Why? Because he was calm, precise, and always knew how to fix a race and make it his. In 2002, 2003, and 2004, Rossi was almost unbeatable. He made it look easy, but it wasn't. Behind that smile was a mind always thinking, planning, and pushing to the limit. Then something shocking happened. Rossi decided to leave Honda, the best and richest team, and joined Yamaha, a team that was struggling. Everyone thought he was crazy. Why leave a team that wins everything? But Rossi said, I want to prove that I can win on any bike. In 2004, on his very first race with Yamaha, Rossi did the impossible. He won. The crowd went wild. People couldn't believe what they were seeing. That day, Rossi didn't just win a race, he won millions of hearts. He showed the world that it wasn't the machine that made a champion. It was the man. Rossi wasn't just fast, he was fun. He loved to make people laugh. After winning races, he'd do funny celebrations. Sometimes he'd dress like a doctor, sometimes like a clown, or bring his friends onto the track for jokes. He turned every victory into a party. People didn't just watch MotoGP for racing anymore. They watched it because Rossi made it exciting and happy. Kids wanted to be like him. Grown-ups admired him. He made motorcycle racing feel like a festival. Every great hero needs rivals, and Rossi had many. There was Max Biaggi, another Italian rider who didn't like Rossi's jokes or his fame. Their battles on the track were fierce. The fans split into two camps, Team Rossi and Team Biaggi. Then came Set Gibernau, who once beat Rossi. But after that, Rossi promised he'd never let it happen again. And he didn't. Later came Casey Stoner, the fast Australian, and Jorge Lorenzo, Rossi's young teammate who wanted to take his throne. Each rivalry was different, but all were intense. Rossi fought not with anger, but with brilliance. He studied his opponents, learned their weaknesses, and then attacked at the perfect moment. That's what made him special. He didn't just ride with skill, he rode with his heart and brain. In 2010, something terrible happened. During practice for a race in Italy, Rossi had a bad crash. He broke his leg. For the first time in years, he couldn't race. The world of MotoGP felt empty without him. But Rossi didn't give up. After only 6 weeks, he came back to race again, still hurt, still limping, but full of courage. People saw that Rossi wasn't just a champion when he won. He was a champion because he never stopped fighting. After 2010, things became difficult. Rossi joined Ducati, another Italian team, hoping to win again for his country. But the bike was hard to control. Rossi struggled, crashed, and finished far from the top. Some people said his time was over, but they were wrong. Rossi was never just about winning. He was about spirit. In 2013, he returned to Yamaha. The results improved, and slowly, magic came back. He wasn't the youngest anymore, but his passion burned brighter than ever. In 2015, at the age of 36, Rossi almost won the MotoGP World Championship again. He led the points for most of the season, fighting against younger stars like Lorenzo and Marc Marquez. The final race was full of drama and tension. Rossi didn't win the title, but he won something even bigger: respect from the whole world. People saw that even after decades in the sport, he could still fight with the best. His love for racing never faded. Rossi had become more than just a racer. He was a symbol of passion, of never giving up, and of believing in yourself no matter what. Rossi's fans are unlike any other fans in sports. They wear yellow, his color. They wave huge flags with his number 46. Every race feels like a concert with cheering, drums, and songs. Why do people love him so much? Because he never acts like a superstar. He laughs, jokes, and smiles with everyone. He remembers where he came from, a small-town boy with a big dream. He makes fans feel like they are part of his story. Before Rossi, MotoGP was popular, but mostly among racing fans. After Rossi, it became world famous. He brought color, emotion, and personality to the sport. He showed that racing wasn't just about engines and tires. It was about heart and fun. Sponsors came running. TV ratings grew. Young kids around the world started buying mini bikes, saying, "I want to be like Valentino." He made motorcycle racing cool, exciting, and full of life. Without him, MotoGP wouldn't be what it is today. When Rossi got older, he didn't leave the sport behind. He started the VR46 Academy, a place to train young riders from Italy and around the world. He wanted to give back, to help others chase their dreams just like he did. Today, riders like Francesco Bagnaia and Marco Bezzecchi come from his academy. They are winning races in MotoGP now, carrying Rossi's spirit with them. It's like Rossi planted seeds, and now those seeds are growing into champions. In 2021, after more than 25 years of racing, Rossi finally said goodbye to MotoGP. He took off his helmet one last time, waved to the crowd, and smiled. There were tears everywhere, from fans, riders, and even rivals. But Rossi said something beautiful. It's not really the end, it's just a new chapter. He moved into team ownership, running VR46 Racing Team, so his yellow colors still shine the track. Even after retirement, his name is everywhere, on bikes, on shirts, in songs, and in hearts. Rossi wasn't just a racer, he was a revolution. He changed how people saw motorcycle racing. He made it fun, human, and full of joy. He showed that even in a dangerous sport, you could smile, celebrate, and connect with people. He taught us that success isn't just about winning trophies. It's about loving what you do and sharing that love with others. He inspired millions to chase their dreams, no matter how crazy they sound. So, let's talk about his numbers, because they're amazing. 9 World Championships, 115 Grand Prix wins, 235 podiums, over 400 race starts. But here's the secret. Rossi's real victory was not in numbers, it was in hearts. He made people fall in love with motorcycle racing. He made the sport bigger, brighter, and more emotional than ever before. Subscribe to our channel if you want to be like Rossi one day. And also, watch our previous video about the Boxer engine as well.